Mr. Thomas Jessup.
Good morning. Memorial Day, a day set aside to honor our fallen veterans. The veterans in the Shawnee Cemetery have served our country from fighting Indians, Civil War, Spanish-American, World War I, World War II, Korean, and the Vietnam War. Their families here were pioneers of our nation and of our town. There's over 15,000 burials here at the Shawnee. Our veterans and pioneers of our valley and town here at the Shawnee need your help to fight a battle against Mother Nature. The Shawnee Cemetery Preservation was formed January 2009 because Mother Nature was winning the battle. With the help of our members, volunteers, American Legion, Plymouth Rotary, Franklin Street BM Church, the Plymouth Historic Society, and a few dedicated men and women, we have started preserving the past. The veterans and pioneers here stepped up to the plate when called. Now they need you, the community, to volunteer your time a few hours on a Saturday and support the Shawnee Cemetery preservation and preserving the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Probably wondering who Private Miller, Civil War veteran, is. Private Miller was killed in action in the Civil War, and his body was never recovered. And I'd like to introduce, we're going to have, as a matter of fact, a ceremony right after this, and I'd like you all to attend, as you can, right behind us. You just have to turn around. But I'd like to introduce Sherry Puccio, who will give you a more in-depth idea of what this program will be about. Sherry? Sherry, by the way, is the great-great-great-granddaughter of Private John Miller.
Good morning. I'd like to acknowledge my cousin Mary Beth McMonagle Conrad, her husband Steve Conrad, Billy McMonagle, our cousin, David Conrad, and new family members we've met from the Miller family that my cousin has just recently discovered. This is very hard, only because this is so special to myself and my family, and it just looks so beautiful. I'm the vice president of the Shawnee Cemetery, and Tom and Ruth and everybody has done such a wonderful job. We've been here, Mary and I, as kids. We come up with the weeds, or not weeds, and we're here. Her mother, Eleanor McMonagle, put us up here all the time decorating the graves. And it's our grandmother that told the stories to Mary and I, and we paid attention, and we asked questions. And it took us, along with her husband, Steve, 40 years to find Pop Miller. But we kept going, and we weren't going to give up. And then you break the wall open, and everything's found. And my cousin Steve will speak at the ceremony. He'll tell you how they found him in the struggle. But I'm all glad you're here to welcome our Pop Miller home. His body is lost on a battlefield in Virginia, probably by Cold Harbor. We probably won't ever find him, but his stone's here. His granddaughters and great-grandchildren are all buried here, so we put him here home where his family is. I would also like to talk now as the vice president of the Shawnee Cemetery and just thank some people. This is not done by themselves. This is the community and all those that are interested coming out, whether they cut grass, whether they donated their money, their time, their talent. I put together a Shawnee Cemetery memorial book. All proceeds go to the cemetery. It was a gift back from my grandmother, and it's in its third printing, which we never thought would happen, and it does. So we're very happy with that. I would just like to thank a few people. Of course, Tom and Ruth Gesso, they're here every day. And our Henry Soboleski, who's our caretaker, maintenance man. I don't know where Henry is. Is he here, Henry? Where's Henry? Is he here? Well, he's here all the time. God bless him. He's here. I would like to thank the American Legion, Post 463, the members that gave us new mowers, new weed whackers, the Plymouth Rotary Club, Dave Yefko, who came up and came to the meeting. His organization provided the new pipe in the front of the driveway here that have water problems over there. He stepped right up. And one of the most important things also is the Franklin Street Church and the pastor Dave here. Most of the people, not all, were members of the church, and only because it's nearby they were buried here. There are members from all the communities in Plymouth buried here. I'd like to thank all, too. Also, Attorney Michael Hudak, who's helping us with all the legal paperwork and that you need to be a preservation association and to be a nonprofit. These things, it takes time and money, and people are donating to that, too. And I would also just like to quickly mention, because it is very warm, that the Plymouth Rotary stepped up again. Just recently, Joseph Molesky and Steve Chetley, friends, have donated $543 from the Kabasi sales to put a new flagpole in, and we're hoping that next year we can dedicate a brand new flagpole. And also, I wanted you to know that the pipe that was done was $1,700 that was donated by the Rotary Club. So it takes money, it takes talent, it actually just takes love and desire for a plot of land. And Tom and I both have family members here, so it's much more than just donating our time. It's our family, and we want our grandchildren to come 50 years from now and remember us standing here someday. So thank you very much. And if I forgot to
Thank you very much, sir. What a great tribute for this Memorial Day to have this dedication of the marker and a stone for her great-great-great-grandfather. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kathleen Smith of the Shawnee 4th Chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Kathleen.
The Shawnee 4th Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, based in Plymouth, thank you for the opportunity to take part today. The DAR specifically honors those who initially won our freedom from the British. One of these men is buried here at the Shawnee, Colonel George Palmer Ransom, and the town of Plymouth and the Wyoming Valley were his battlefields. Today, we not only honor the Revolutionary War patriots, but all those since the American Revolution who have protected that freedom, whether they fought on American soil or abroad. God bless the veterans present today. We thank you for your service.
Thank you, Kathleen. State Representative John T. Udechuk was first elected to represent the residents of the 119th Legislative District on November 3rd, 1998. For more than a decade, Representative Udechuk has been highly regarded as an effective and independent advocate for the people of Pennsylvania. Representative Udechuk is noted for his leadership on legislation that has positively impacted millions of Pennsylvanians. Representative Udechuk has also aggressively pursued community projects to improve the quality of life and set the stage for economic growth in the 119th District. He resides in Plymouth Township with his wife, attorney Heather Udechuk, and their daughters Sarah, Anna, and Evelyn.